I know now about the elites, how their favorite hobby for quite a few decades, perhaps ever, has been targeting poor and money, vulnerable teenage female bodies. Um, I look at the internet and I say to myself, the only reason there's not classes in school to teach kids how to stay safe because they don't want it. They want you to get a dare class, which was always dare occurred at the same time as culture was valorizing crime for black youth. At the same time, music aimed at white kids was valorizing being opioid addicts, and the models were all heroin chic. Dare occurred at that time. Remember that time? Doing crimes are great, and dope is great. Doing crack is great. The 90s. That's when Dare came out. And you know what? There's evidence the CIA is involved in Dare. And they knew not only did it not work to keep kids off drugs, it actually had the opposite effect and made kids more likely to experiment with drugs. The one Stay Safe program that was in schools was actually a plot to help fuel the prison industrial complex. Yeah. In the 90s, when the big prison expansion, and then they invented the concept of super predators. You know, we have to, like, if a kid's doing graffiti, he's a super predator. Next thing you know, they cut off your face. You better lock him up for life. Three strikes. You know, like if you have pot once, pot twice, pot three times, you should go to jail for life. Oh, by the way, shooting dope is cool. These models are all on heroin. Your musicians are all on heroin, and your musicians all do crimes and pop caps. Don't you want to do all those things? All that culture was created by intelligence with the media industry to be a complement to the prison industrial complex. Oh, yeah. Go look into that fucking spider web. There are people's lives destroyed. Super predators and heroin so cool. Dare was always a fucking ops to make kids experiment with drugs so then they'd be chucked in the prison industrial complex. Yep. And by the way, the elites make money off drug trafficking. Let's not get into that bag of worms right now. Yeah, so if we had a real society that wasn't run by degenerate Satanists, we would be teaching kids how to stay safe on the internet. Like, I see so much shit that I know now that I say to myself, oh my God, this kid has no idea how they look like blood in the water to a shark. I'm on Reddit. I've been going on Reddit because it's actually less depressing to me than Blue Sky. Every time Blue Sky, I want to like just punch these disgusting, like, it's so ethical, as above, so below. Like, you evil trash. It makes me so grossed out. But on Reddit, like, it's pretty good because it's actually a lot of regular people just talking. Unlike Blue Sky, where the only people who get to be speak are already in the Illuminati, and they're pretending to be regular people, just like it's like X for libs, really, same thing. But on Reddit, you can actually see regular people talking, and it's less depressing because of that. But they be showing me shit. Like, I've been getting recommended color analysis community because I've been interested in that, which then led to them recommending me like different aesthetic communities like makeup tips, eyebrow tips. And I be seeing shit like a girl who looks not a day older than 16 posting her face with a caption, I think I'm ugly. And I say to myself, like, oh my God, knowing what I know now, like, you have no idea how that combination of stimuli is making you a victim. Eugenia Cooney was banned from all social media. And the reason that is because there were so many pedophiles and human trafficking rings associated with her community because she's targets young girls who have mental problems and abuse. In a sense, she's an anorexia. She's a visible signs of anorexia. So most of her audience, her serious, not the ones who watch as like a curiosity from time to time, like wow. But like her serious fans are also teenage girls who have trauma, therefore eating disorders. So right away, you know the predators were up in that. And her Discord server, and I guarantee you that she was complicit in it. She's not well mentally because she's severely anorexic, but she knew what was going on. And I look at Eugenia Cooney as like a Ghislaine type, or a Heidi Klum type in the sense she knew what was going on, and because she's so fucked up from abuse, she decided to help these human traffickers. Yeah, so that community was full of individual pedos and trafficking rings targeting these mentally ill, vulnerable teenage girls, right? So knowing what, like, that's how I got targeted. I was a visibly obvious, mentally unwell teenage girl. They didn't decide to traffic me, probably because they knew I was morbidly obese. And instead, they made a plot to still target me like they would ordinarily target a mentally unwell teenage girl they just checked online. But they made this weird MAGA-like plot where at 40, they're gonna pay a bunch of trash to rape me and use me as like a scapegoat, like the whites have their Hispanics who are criminals. These people have a white Nazi. They don't care who I am or what I really do or believe. But it serves the same function as ultimately worshiping the billionaire class and thinking they're with you. But that's probably like the only reason they didn't decide to use me for that and instead decided to repolarize me for this. It's like when you're at a company, you see someone, you're like, okay, you'd be good in the mailroom. You'd be good at the front desk. So yeah, like now he's going on the internet, he's seeing this shit. Like, and I look at it, I'm like, do not tell me the 16-year-old girl is putting her face with a sad expression saying how she thinks she's ugly. Don't tell me that she doesn't know how many sickos and trafficking rings are seeing this and they're about to message her like, I think you're beautiful. I think you're great. You're so special. Oh my God. And then I asked myself, why is there not class? Like, okay, if you're a teenage girl or even a teenage boy, do not show on the internet any signs that you have a weakness, that you are alone, that you're poor, that you have abuse, and that you have confidence issues. Because let me tell you, this is what they look for. They're not going to look for the most beautiful girl. They're going to look for a girl who's cute enough, who's mental. That's why Virginia Giuffre is Virginia Giuffre. She was cute enough and mental. She was abused by her father. Her father trafficked her to his friends. And they knew that. They could smell it in how she acted and carried herself. That's why they decided to pick her. There were probably teenage girls around them who were very beautiful, but they carried themselves in a way like it's going to be hard to break me down. And so they blew over them. To the ones who were desperate, extremely poor, from another country, or already abused, and they're just projecting this weakness and vulnerability. What are you doing going online, putting your face out there like I'm ugly? You're not talking to your girlfriend in school. You're talking to pedophile rings connected to the elites. Oh, yeah. And I say to myself, the reason we have DARE, which is always about getting kids to do drugs to shuck them in the prison industrial complex, and not education, how to stay safe on the internet. Don't ever post your face and let anyone who's a stranger online know that you have mental health problems and you're a teenage girl. Do not do it. Don't talk about you have anorexia. Don't talk about how you were abused. Don't talk about how your mom and dad don't care about you. If you are going to say some shit online, don't let them know you're a teenage girl. And you better seem confident and like you got everything on lock. Don't say I want to get out of the situation. Don't say like I hate my dad. Don't talk about gender confusion. Don't talk about any of that shit. And don't say even eating disorder. Nothing that could be a soft or direct sign that you are vulnerable. Don't be posting your face on a makeup Reddit and then say you feel so ugly. Don't do it. If you need support, go to an official therapist in a reputable hospital system, or talk to another girl your age you know in real life, not online. And don't trust anyone who's not a teenager. Because here's how it works. The trafficking rings can break in a girl so much by the time she's 20, if they start at 15, she can help them recruit. So that's why you don't want to ever trust no bitch who's not your age. because the ones your age won't be suitable to recruit. They're still being beaten down. But they'll but a couple years of that, they'll be helping recruit. Okay? Definitely don't trust no bitch in her 30s or 40s because that's what they do. They get a woman to recruit. That's what Ghislaine's job was, just like Heidi Klum. Um, there will be education on these things. Like, don't do it. You are too vulnerable to be going on the internet and letting the worst people in the world who literally recreationally destroy and enslave female bodies let them know you have problems and you're poor and you have no support too. Don't do it. But instead, we have Dare, and then all these girls are going online and getting embroiled in Eugenia Cooney's trafficking ring. There's probably one running on the makeup Reddit. They're all over, just looking for people, females to enslave, specifically female bodies. It makes me so mad. I see it on my feed, and I say to myself, how can I tell this girl, don't do it? This is how it starts, how you get into Epstein or grooming gangs or this or that. Buy this post right here. This is how it starts. And then I message you. Don't do it. But there's no way I can tell them. And even if I told them, there's a million more doing the same post. This should be education in school, but instead the school is educating people to don't do drugs. I'm a cool cop. You want to listen to me. I'm not at all trying to make you experiment with drugs so you go to the prison by the time you're 18. Instead, we have that. Hell world ruled by disgusting demons, vile creatures.